All right, we are doing this chapter 3 review with most of you. I already went over 1, 2, and 3. But I'll say it again real quick. 1's an odd function because the exponents are odd numbers. 2's an even function because the exponents are even numbers. 3 is a neither because you have some odd exponents and some even exponents. We're going to start on number 4. Now, normally we have to graph these because it's transformations, where you move the shape around. I'm not going to make y'all graph these. We're just going to write down the changes or the transformation on each problem, and we'll probably just draw what the shape of the graph looks like on the side. We're not going to officially graph it. Let me show you. All right, so number 4, we like to start in the back. That's down 4, left 3, and don't forget, you got to change the sign on the number inside the parentheses. So that's really going to be a -3 when you move +3 over, and -3 is back 3. So it's left. I got a fraction and I got a negative. The fraction compresses it and makes it fat. The negative flips it over. So I got to compress and I got to flip. Now, anytime you have an x squared, it's going to be a parabola. So I just went ahead and flipped it over. Just draw the shape. We're not going to put it on a graph. I just want to make sure you guys know what shape it is. All right, 5. Got down 6, left 2. Now, if it's a number in front, that's an integer. It's not a fraction. The fraction compresses it, makes it fat. The integer stretches it, makes it skinny. All right, and that, anytime it's absolute value, that's going to be a b. I didn't have to flip it over because it was not a negative. All right. We haven't done this one very much, but this one is, that's what a square root graph looks like. This one's down 4, left 5, and a flip. So really, if you flip it, it's going to look like that. 7. What kind of shape? It's going to be a V. I don't have to go up or down because there's not a number on the end. I do have to go left 3 and compress. Right here I go up 2, right 7. Got a stretch and a flip. Make sure you flip it over. Got up 2. Got a flip. On the right 6. Flip it over. All right. All right, the next section is inverse functions. Basically just opposite functions. This is not going to be on the quiz when you guys come back, but it will be on the test. Follow. So right now in this space, right here maybe, or right here, up under number 12, write down these 3 steps. Just pause the screen, write down these 3 steps. Replace f of x with y, step 1. Switch x and y, step 2. Solve for y, step 3. All right, so using those 3 steps we just wrote down, you're going to see this is very easy. The first step says replace f of x with y. Well, I think on your paper, it already says y equals x squared minus 5. So that one, there's really nothing you got to do. It was already set up like that. Second step says switch your x and y. So we're going to do this. Instead of x squared minus 5, it's y squared minus 5. All right, so just trade places with it. Last step is solve for y. So y'all know we got to bring minus 5 over. Make it x plus 5. And then the opposite of a square is a square root. So square root of x plus 5 is my answer. Now, you need to put a -1 right here. Why? Because that is showing that this is our inverse of that. It's the opposite of that. That's how you write your answer. And most of these are going to take like 3 steps. All right, first step's already been done. Second step, switch your x and y. Do that. So instead of 3x minus 7, it'll be 3y minus 7. Last step, solve for y. Move minus 7 over. That's plus 7 divided by 3. X plus 7 divided by 3. All right. 12, first step's already been done. Second step, switch your x and y. So instead of x squared plus 4, or 4 plus x squared, it'll be 4 plus y squared. Just switch them. Now move 4 over. Now do the square root. And we'll work on this a good bit more when you guys come back. All right, starting on 13, 14, and 15. These are 3 problems that will be on the quiz when you come back. And it'll be good for us to look at them right now. All right, so let's look at 13. All right, 13, we've been doing this for a week now. It's got an x squared on the top. Go ahead and factor out the top equation. So when you multiply here and here, it's got to equal 12. Your options are 6 times 2 or 3 times 4. Well, it's got to be 3 times 4. Because if you add 6 and 2, you get 8. If you add 3 and 4, you get 7. Now, you want them to equal a negative 7, so both signs have to be negative. All right, next, I can cross out x minus 4. The only one I got left is x minus 3. All right, so let's graph that. Go to negative 3, up 1 over 1. All right, now, find where the hole is going to be. The hole comes from what you crossed out. We crossed out x minus 4. Move that over. That's positive 4. That's where my hole is going to be. So my hole is going to be right there. Line, line, and really we shouldn't have the hole on the inside. And I can't erase mine. You guys can erase yours. I can't erase it. All right, we've had a bunch of problems like 14. I can't factor anything on the top in this one. I don't have an x squared. So let's just find the VA and the HA. All right, find the VA. Do 3x plus 3 equals 0. Always set the bottom equal to 0. Move plus 3 over. And now divide. So I got negative 1. So we need a dotted line at negative 1. With a color, remember, if you've got one. All right, for the HA, we got to look at the exponents. When you have an x on the bottom and an x on the top, what have we been doing? We've been dividing the coefficients, the numbers in front of the x's. 2 divided by 3 is 0.6. All right, so how do I do that? Well, 0.5 would be halfway, so 0.6 is just a little bit above halfway. All right, now the easy part is picking your 4 numbers to plug in. We're going to pick 2 on the right, 0 and 1. 2 on the left, negative 2 and negative 3. So I got 0 on top, that one's 0. Plug in 1, 2 times 1 over 3 times 1 plus 3. So I got 2 over 6, which is 1/3, 0.3. All right, plug in negative 2, I get negative 4. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. That's 1.3. Y'all can check behind me. We'll know in a minute if I mess up, if the graph's wrong. Negative 3 right there is negative 6. Negative 9 plus 3. I got 1 on that one. So let's graph and see what it looks like. 0, 0, over 1 up 0.3. Negative 2, 1.3. Negative 3 up 1. Yeah. There's your graph. All right, so the VA is the bottom. X minus 5 equals 0, x equals positive 5. The HA. Look back at the last problem. If they both have an x, you divide the numbers. there's an X on the bottom and not the top, it's automatically Y equals 0. So we're going to plug in two numbers on the right, which is 6 and 7, two numbers on the left, which is 3 and 4. Let's plug in 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. I got -4. Plug in 7. That'll give you -2. Plug in 3. That'll give you +2, so this is going to be +4. 6, -4. 7, -2. 3, 2. All right. On the back, we're going to flip it over. We're only going to do the ones that are on the quiz. We're going to do number 16, and we're going to do number 23. We will save the rest for when we finish the quiz to go over, because they're not on the quiz. They are on the test. We'll just do 16 and 23 on the back. All right, this one, you notice the top has an x squared, so we can factor it out. Since 25 is a perfect square, it's x plus 5, x minus 5. All right, now cross out the ones that are the same on top and bottom, graph it and find your hole. Go ahead and stop the video, try to do it by yourself, and then you can start it back and check your work. X minus 5 is cancel. I got a problem on this one. Let me show you all what I did. We marked out x minus 5. So if you bring that down and you move minus 5 over, then the hole is a positive 5. But look, that's going to be way up here. So it's way off the graph. I would try not to give you one like that on the quiz. I'd rather it be on the graph. All right, let's go to 23. All right, these are the ones we will have to work on a little bit when y'all get to class, getting ready for the quiz. These are piecewise functions. You're only going to show a piece of the graph. These are separate right now to start off. I got y equals 3 for the first one. You're going to have a line at 3. Now, the reason I drew a dotted line is because we're going to erase half of it. I want you to go to 1 with an open circle. Now, do we leave the right side on the graph or the left side? They are showing you that the inequality points right. So you leave the right side, erase the left side. Can't do that. There we go. Better. All right, the next one, the red one, this is y equals x minus 4. So I go minus 4, up 1 over 1. And the whole starts at -3 and goes to 0. So I've got to keep going back this way. They're closed circles. There and there, line in between. All right, I will erase the others. Guys, that's it. That's your piecewise function. We're going to stop there on that worksheet. You do not have to complete problems 17 through 22. We will do those after the quiz when y'all get back.